Do you guys know who died this week? Some of the important people in the world who died this week?
I saw one, and it came to my feed 3 times.
Tell us, who is it?
The inventor of Pop-Tarts.
Right.
Yep.
A genius, really.
Yeah, really. Ahead of his time, for sure.
Really, Pop-Tarts were like, are these from the future? You know, like when
I
they
feel
first
like
came
that
out.
should have been me.
The
When I
creator.
look back at my life, I feel like on my tombstone it should say I created
Pop-Tarts.
right Pop-Tarts.
It's not too
This
late, but
seems
you
like
can come
something
up
I
with
would do.
something good.
Yeah, you
know?
can invent something.
Yeah, it's too late for inventions, guys.
It doesn't have to be a real invention. You can just say you made it.
Yeah, chili on waffles.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't see any frozen chili waffle aisle section. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
'Cause that's my favorite food.
That is so good.
It's gonna be
Just
so weird.
imagine popping a chili cheese waffle into the microwave, and it's
What-
I mean, it's
what-
packaged,
what-
pre-packaged.
Wasn't there
Brilliant.
something else somebody did with waffles? What is the other one? One of us did with sour cream on it or something?
No,
I put sour cream on it. I like it
That's horrible.
sometimes. That's okay. You know what I also eat? My taquitos with salsa. Sometimes I'll mix. I'll throw a dollop of sour cream in there.
Yeah,
and
no, that's
dip
great.
it up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it
totally
makes sense with chili waffles too.
Pop-Tarts, though. That's an invention.
No,
You know, my wife just bought a toaster for the first time in our 17 years of marriage. We've had one, an old one. It got so broken. And she went and bought a touchscreen toaster. What is the need for the touchscreen toaster?
Adam, I hope you never accidentally get.
I don't get
slip
Bluetooth.
up or something
No.
wrong happens in your life where the government could just shut everything down in
My
your house
toaster.
with one click.
You have a touchscreen shower. I mean, so.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
You know who else died? The first victim of Alaska pox.
Oh, okay.
He's
I
dead
told
now.
you that. Didn't I tell you that?
You told
last
us
week?
the existence of
On the
Alaska pox.
Patreon, yeah,
Alaska pox, but he's dead now.
Well, hold on. They were warning that there's going to be some crazy virus that will probably happen in Alaska.
I don't think that Alaska pox is that virus X that everyone's been alluding to. I think Alaska pox is just like some Alaskan, humped
It's
raccoon or
equivalent
something.
to murder hornets. It's not going to come around.
Those
Yeah.
things are scary, though.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. All right.
Well, let's look at last week's episode of the Darwin Awards, episode 198. This is episode 199, guys. Next week is a big one for us, episode 200, and then we're on vacation
Yes.
for some time. Episode 198, we had a man who died in a swimming accident incident in a frozen lake. That's the man who's swimming underneath the water.
I see me.
Excuse me, underneath the
A lot of
ice.
people
Everyone
swim
swims
underwater.
under. Yeah, thank you. There is the article titled, "A Careless Man Was Killed by a Homemade Bomb."
We voted for that one, right? I think. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We had the man killed by electric shock when he climbed on top of a train in Paris. And when the man who drowned in his car when he tried to go through a flooded underpass. And the winner by vote on the Spotify poll and the Patreon poll is the careless man who was killed by a homemade bomb.
And so we got it right.
Unanimous. It's unanimous.
I don't believe Joe's statistics. So I looked on the Spotify and it looked like a tie to me. Did you not see a tie there on Spotify?
Yes, but when you combine that with the Patreon poll...
Oh, but you
Yeah,
said
it's
on
all
every
combined.
poll it won. But it was a
Oh,
tie.
excuse
all right,
me.
okay.
Wow,
Okay.
excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I need to...
Maybe you should go vote on that. Break that tie.
Before we begin with this week's Darwin Awards, I want to read to you a comment that we got on YouTube. We
Yes.
presented
Oh.
a story.
Stop
Keep
it.
sending
They really
comments.
want you to read them. That's why.
Yes.
We presented a story about a man who got a tattoo in the garden shed, and that was the most controversial of stories, by the way, because people didn't seem to agree with our assessment that somebody getting a tattoo in the garden shed and dying from the infection is a Darwin Award.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, they're stupid people.
I don't even remember that story.
You don't remember the story at all?
No, I don't.
Well, someone named Jason Keegley commented in all caps, by the way,
That's good.
tattoos are an abomination. This is a sign of the children of Satan.
Okay, that makes sense. I understand.
Leviticus 19:28.
Oh, it was scripture.
Yeah, you put a scripture on there.
That's great. I think those are the kind of comments I enjoy. Okay.
Do you have a Leviticus pulled up for us right now?
He said, keeping it as spray paint on the temple of God. You should. I asked, I was like, what if my tattoo is of Leviticus 19:28, like all the words? He said that, then you should, in all caps, then you should be in the process of removing it. So those are the kind of listeners we get on.
I like
YouTube.
how you interpret his voice as that.
Keeping it is spray paint on the temple of God. You are a child of Satan.
Okay, Yoda.
It was a Yoda. All right.
All right, let's get started with episode 199.
Those are enjoyable.
All right. My story comes out of India, and for this, I don't want to allude to anything. I just want to read the headline. I think it's great. We'll get into why he did what he did in a moment. But a man was mauled to death by a lion after intentionally jumping into a zoo enclosure. Now, this story was everywhere, so I get to go first, and that's the article I have.
Great.
Did Mom send this to you?
Mom
No,
loves
she did not.
lions.
Because she sent
does.
it to me. She
I
didn't
don't-
send it to you guys.
She picks and chooses who she sends articles to. She will send me one week and send Joe one week. And
You know what's funny? I saw 1,000 articles on this. None of them had the same picture of a lion. They're all
it's a
different.
pretty lion. I don't think that's the lion, though.
That is interesting.
That's a lion in a zoo in Germany.
That
it
one looks
says.
angry. Yeah.
No,
Nazi
he doesn't.
lion.
He looks.
Why would a man jump into a lion cage, quote, intentionally?
Well, he was. Long story short, he was taking a selfie, but
Clever.
a lion mauled a man to death in India after he intentionally jumped into a zoo enclosure, according to the establishment. The establishment being the zoo.
Okay.
This man entered the enclosure around 2:15. So this is our first during business hours.
Right in the middle of the afternoon. Jumped right
Yeah,
in there.
usually they jump in after night or get close to
The
it.
lion was probably sleepy in the nice sun, and he probably was like,
Right.
Was he?
right.
How long did it take him to get killed?
I didn't see. I never saw how long this one.
It says it right here.
okay, a zoo in
Oh,
India.
with the 10 minute. Okay, yeah, it's in the. So, yeah,
10 minutes
yeah.
is a long time to be in a lion's cage, though. To
That's a
take
long
picture.
time. Well, I mean, maybe he wasn't in there 10 minutes. Maybe the lion was slowly eating him for 10 minutes.
I think the lion got him immediately. It says while a zookeeper was in the location, doing regular inspections, they spotted Gujar. I think that's a good.
I think it's Gurjar.
Might be. I don't know.
Hujar.
That's not it.
Anyways, he was being alerted by the employee. He still climbed the wall, a chain link fence, before intentionally jumping into the enclosure.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me. He's been there 10 minutes. Where are the actual selfies? I haven't seen one.
No.
I want to see it.
I think that said the lion probably killed him within 10 minutes of him being in the
Well,
enclosure.
that looks like not a zoo. That looks like a little child's park you'd see to play on.
Oh, let
kinda
me tell
cute.
you down
It's
here.
kinda cute.
He might have died from excessive bleeding. It does say the man appeared to be drunk.
The enclosure had a 4 feet wall. Doesn't seem that high, right?
Mm-mm.
And a 6 feet iron fencing.
Even 6 feet's not that tall. It's like me.
Right?
No, but I think it's 4 feet of a wall, concrete, and then with 6 foot of iron fencing on top of
okay,
that.
10 foot tall.
That's my guess. Because that would
That's
make
not
sense.
my guess while looking at the entrance of the zoo. I think it's a 4 feet spacing before a 6 foot tall iron fence.
Well, look, let's not pretend this is the zoo's fault. Okay, it doesn't matter what security was.
No,
the guy
no.
frickin'
This is
jumped
not the
fence.
zoo's fault whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they recovered footage of his selfie.
right. Those should be framed and put up around the zoo.
They should be, and the aftermath should be right next to it. A man taking a picture with a lion, and then what he looks like afterwards.
No,
and
no,
post it
and,
all around the
with-
lion's enclosure, so people don't do that.
It's probably a memorial, with flowers and things around it. Don't get close to this lion. They probably killed the lion. That's what they did. So it doesn't
No,
matter.
not in India. No. They need to. They don't do that over there. This is an attraction. We
It has
make money off
human-
this lion.
tasted human flesh.
No, they make money off the lion.
Mm.
Here they would do that. They killed. Shock. someone jumped the fence to a lion enclosure and they killed him. We have to put this lion down. He's a danger to humans.
I just don't understand wanting to have a selfie with an animal. Like, who's gonna?
Have you taken pictures with your dogs?
That's not the same thing.
It's very similar.
To be fair, I don't think I've taken any selfies with my dogs.
I've taken pictures of kids with animals,
Yeah, but that's not a selfie.
but not a selfie.
I would take a selfie of like a random pigeon landed on my shoulder.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
Dude, check this out.
Or a seagull.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could see that. What? Why? For your own enjoyment, I suppose, to look back on it, right?
Oh my gosh, hold on. Times reporter shared footage of images of the lions and the aftermath of the scene on X.
Well, it's probably-
Where?
Hold on.
Let's see if we can.
You don't
find
want to
that.
see the aftermath of the scene. He didn't say he caught his footage. He just got his own footage, I guess.
Found it, Ben. Found it.
All I see is like a
blood
a
stain.
shirt. No, it's not a blood stain.
The man is 40 years old. Here's the lion that killed
You're
him.
too old for selfies.
Right there.
He doesn't
That,
look that bad.
he just
He
looks sad.
The aftermath is just like a shirt on the ground.
Oh, he's giving the evil eyes. I'll eat you.
I don't feel like that lock's big enough.
Yeah.
I don't think the cage is made of sticks.
There's
it looks
look. There's the 4 feet concrete.
Yeah, you can
and
see the
iron
fence
wall.
and the yep, you can see it. He that's no small jump that man made.
Are they standing
He-
inside of it right now?
Now there's 4 guys in there. They're about to get mauled themselves.
They got gloves on though. Good for
Dessert.
them.
Okay. Good. Oh,
What's
there it
this?
is.
His
That's
shirt.
That's his shirt. His is all that remains. of his
There's
body.
no rips. There's no blood. What is that?
All right, well, this is.
Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to see some of the jokes that people replied with. Hoping
No.
he's a Republican, somebody said.
Oh, jeez. In India? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Release lion back to forest.
Oh,
A
I
candidate
agree.
for the Darwin Awards, natural selection. Ooh,
Oh,
sure.
no way.
There
That's
we go.
great.
I'm going to reply, yup. As
From
the
the Darwin Awards.
Yes.
Yeah, do that. That's great.
All right. Well, with this story, as you brought an animal, I will bring an animal to my story as well.
Okay.
So the second story has to do with a monster out of Colorado.
Loch Ness? Oh,
Not Loch Ness, not Bigfoot. It is the gila monster. Do you know the gila monster, man?
Gila, I think it's pronounced, Adam.
Yes, man.
Are you doing that on purpose?
Yes,
I mean, we do things on purpose
I like to
all
be
the time.
Stupid because it makes it sound better. But
I think
yes,
it's pronounced Gila. I think
You
the
might be
the
right.
G is
Gila
No,
silent.
that's
monster. The Gila
okay,
monster.
Mom, I love you, but that's how you pronounce Hawaii. Hawaii.
So bad. All right.
Hawaii. Does mom say that? Mom, come on.
You did not say that.
Hawaii.
Oh, well, this, my Darwin Award, it says it's a rare event what happened with this Gila monster. Gila monster.
Gila monster.
Yes.
Dude, those things can take down cows, right? Because they're like poisonous.
Yes, they're
That's
very
not-
dangerous
that's not
animals.
That's not a Gila monster.
That
That's a
is.
newt.
That is, yeah,
That's
that
a-
is.
That's a Gila
That's a
monster.
newt.
That's a smaller version of one. Here we go.
Not a newt.
There's the guy. How about this one? That one, Ben? That
Yep.
one better?
Yeah, no, you guys.
These are all Gila monsters. Ben, haven't you ever seen wild krats? Come on.
Aren't you talking about those
Wildcrats,
big lizards on some weird island?
Well, they
that-
do get bigger. There are bigger ones, yes.
This is a baby Gila?
No, some are this size.
Actually, these were juvenile ones, I think, from this story.
Yes, they're 1 foot long, so they're probably more dangerous. So
That's
if you
the
don't
thing.
know this, Gila monsters are poisonous. They are. So you don't mess with them. Anyways, this man actually owned them as 2 of them as pets who died. This is out of Colorado. He was bitten by one of them, and then 4 days later he died.
I swear that
Do they have anti-venom for that?
people with like poisonous reptiles, why did they all come from Colorado?
I know. It's always Colorado.
You know what?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
It's weird.
Every
We've had a few-
time.
I didn't even think about that. It kind of triggered something in my head.
Why are all
You
the
would think
Coloradoans
it's
such
Texas or
freaks?
Florida, but they don't collect those.
Here's the-
Coloradans collect snakes and reptiles that are poisonous.
Now,
And
I don't know
spiders.
if I believe this stat on this article, but this is what it says. Experts say the last report of a human dying from a Gila monster was a bite in 1930. Is that true?
It might be. I
Are
mean,
people that
it's
smart
your
to stay away
story.
from them?
They're very
Or-
slow. They're very slow animals.
No, yeah, they only like they'll bite their prey and then they wait like 4 days for it to die.
Yeah, and then they swallow it whole.
Wow.
They're crazy.
Well, this man waited 4 days to do anything, and he was dead.
You're kidding me. This guy didn't go to the hospital after he got bit?
According to the reports, it's not been identified. The man, I guess, don't know why. The two monsters, and one of them, and was bitten by one of them on February 12th, about 12 inches long. The owner was hospitalized and died Friday, leading to President's Day weekend.
4 days after the animal bit. Okay, so maybe
he
he thought,
did
like,
go.
it's a juvenile. Maybe this isn't really dangerous to me. He didn't really get me. Maybe there's no venom. I don't know how long it takes for a Gila monster to start producing venom, but I'm guessing this guy.
Well, he definitely died from the
miscalculated
venom.
Yeah.
Is it illegal to own a Gila monster though?
Joe, in Texas, or is it Texas? You can own lions. Yeah,
the animals were taken to a wildlife rehab center, so they'll be rehabbing from.
There it is. It is illegal to own. Gila monsters in Colorado without a license.
Oh, maybe. Maybe he didn't have a license, Joe.
He did
Maybe
not have.
He did
one.
have a license.
What does the license look like? Like, look, I got my Gila monster card. I can have one of these guys. I don't know.
Hey, hold on, guys. Let me get my Gila monster license out. It said
The
there
cops
in the
come in,
article that he
Gila
also had tarantulas. Of course he did. This
Oh,
is
okay, that's
tarantula
about
guy.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems normal to me.
He's one of those that'll like.
Tarantula and snake people always weird me out.
I wish
It's
I
like
had a
they got
picture
the-
of this dude because I wonder what he looked like.
I get it that they're cool, but to like have it in your home,
Mm.
you have to be a special person.
You have to be single, probably.
No, I had a neighbor that lived across the street from me that had, I think, 3 snakes, a tarantula, of course, and a few other things, like in his living room with heat lamps. I'm like, this is.
Was he married?
I'm glad you moved
Yeah.
away from there.
I'm
You
not
had
sure it was a
bad
great
neighborhood
marriage,
you
but
lived
they
in.
were married.
It's always those people. They have ferrets. People with ferrets. They're always weird.
No,
They
and-
had like 9 feral cats and they had chickens, which isn't weird, actually. I'd like to have some chickens.
in Lehigh. They probably had mink, something like that.
They probably also have venereal diseases.
There's no chance he listens to this podcast. I believe his family did have lineage of mink farm owners.
Everyone in Lehigh.
They also
Okay.
were inbred. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to have a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more stories about inbreds getting bit by animals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Darwin Awards project is telling the true CIA stories of people dying in the strangest ways. Don't let the corporate elite tell you otherwise. From electrocutions in India to snake bites on the moon, join the Patreon for $5 a month and we'll send you Hillary's emails.
Hey, let me come back by reading this reply to the tweet that announced the death of the man who was struck by a lion. This is from Ruth Del Valle on Twitter. She said, I hope the lion was not sacrificed. The man who was made something wrong, he was with alcohol breath. The lions do not accept that.
Okay.
The thing is, that actually sounds like a real comment. Like somebody really believes what they just said.
They don't like alcohol breath. You should have gone in with minty fresh breath.
Yes.
The lions do not accept that.
We don't drink in here. I will
Is that
kill
a
you.
translation of like, okay, never mind.
I don't know. I don't know, but these are good stories so far, guys. Well, guess what? We're going to have an all-animal podcast this week because mine involves a horse.
Do you have some kind of Lion King song we can play?
The circle of life.
Yeah.
Is this is horse story similar to your donkey story, Joe? Is it one of those?
No, every week.
if it would be, he would win.
I hope
That
for
donkey
that.
story
He like
is
searches. Also,
fantastic.
you've had a horse story of a man running into a wall with a horse. Is that gonna happen again?
I remember that one. I like that one.
No.
You're going to enjoy this one.
All
Okay,
right.
you know what? I'm going to start off by just sharing the video of it. You can
Oh,
watch
you
the
love
video.
videos.
You're
so
gonna have to
much.
narrate it because a lot of people, everybody actually,
It
listens.
probably has like some.
We don't have a live
some
podcast
news
yet.
Person talking.
Okay, this is a horse race. This is a horse race, and as you guys will see, there are many people standing around on the track during the horse race.
Would you ever be one of those spectators? Have you ever seen those car races that are going through like rural towns, driving fast and jumping over stuff, and people are just standing on the side? Would you ever be one of those people standing on the
just
side?
golf.
No way.
I only do golf. That's the closest I'll get to something.
Golf balls? Getting hit with golf balls? Yeah, I would never do that, Ben.
Even the Tour de France.
That
I would do the Tour de France, but people...
They're still going fast.
No, I wouldn't. I don't want to watch people ride by me on a bicycle. Never mind.
50 miles an hour. All right.
Ben's having an argument with himself.
Is this like running with the bulls here? What are we doing?
I'm arguing with myself.
It's just people on the track. You can see the horses coming. There's jockeys on the horses. You can see them coming.
Are they currently in the race?
No.
Yeah, they're currently racing right now.
Oh,
And these people are
see
in
them
the
go.
way
Oh,
of
they
the
are going
race.
fast.
Whoa.
But
Everybody there is a potential Darwin.
Yes,
Like,
they
keep
are.
going
Because
slow. Now they're moving. Oh, here they
you'll
go.
see, here comes the guy.
They're
Watch
whipping
slow
real
motion.
hard.
Here comes a guy in a white shirt.
What
Here
is
comes
he
a guy in
doing?
blue. Boom.
What? Were they playing like Dare? Or what were they doing?
He thought that he would go between the two horses, but he ran right in front of one of them instead of between those horses. And he got smacked and taken out.
Those guys aren't jockeys.
Watch him
those
come.
Are
He's running out.
Those are regular
He's trying to
sized
be
men.
between them. Look, he's trying to go between.
Oh,
He went right.
they
in
look like
Yes.
okay. That was exactly what it looks like in basketball when you're trying to take a block. You just run up there and just put your body out and boom.
Nope.
You're so
doesn't
right.
Look like that.
Look at
Nope.
it. Look at it
He,
again.
he put his
Imagine
arms
him-
to his sides, Ben.
Imagine
Look,
him playing basketball. Watch
just
it
like
again.
a guy taking a charge. He puts his arms right to his sides and stands in front of it. Look at him. Watch. His arms are like down. Watch his arms go down.
Boom. Takes the shot.
He took a charge. Blow the whistle.
Oh man.
Yeah, so let me read the article. Actually, I probably should share that again.
Is that a
All
thing
of
they
those-
do? They like to play Dare, kind of jump out there and jump back.
I don't understand it. But the authorities do believe alcohol was involved. The man was drunk and crossed the track.
He did look a little drunk, a little wobbly when he first got out
Yeah.
there. A little.
This is like I'm trying to get you guys into this.
Is it
The
Mexico?
Dart World Championships.
Peru.
You ever see those?
Darts?
Yes, darts. It's a
It's like watching bowling where they hit the strike every time. You're just
but
like
everybody in the audience is completely drunk.
Oh,
Now, they've yet to have anybody run in front of the dartboard.
Yeah. That's not the SC,
I
Ben.
don't think it would kill anybody, but
Might hit a guy in the cheek. Ah!
The jugular, the eye, I don't know. But
This happened in Peru. According to witnesses, the man was drunk and crossed the track just as two riders were competing in the final stage of the race. Oh, he ruined He probably had a bet on the other horse, and he wanted to slow down that horse.
now
That's
did
probably
that
what
guy still win? That's the
happened.
question.
Ooh, good question.
Because that would be a comeback story on ESPN or something. If you
Let's find out. The victim was identified as Peter Barrientos Salazar, who was 31 años. He's 31 years old.
that's about the right prime age for a Darwin Award.
Mhm.
Yeah, he suffered very serious injuries as a result of the accident and then died due to traumatic brain injury.
I think he already had that beforehand. It was just like
I like that,
this
Adam.
guy killed.
Happened just a few days ago. They did not state what reason he had for jumping on it, but maybe we can find out more on Twitter.
No, it's X, Joe.
X.
Let's get to it. You're
This
gonna have
is-
to translate
it's
or
all-
read Spanish. You know Spanish. You gotta read
There
it.
we go.
Here, I can translate this to English to see what happens. They're going to say that horse was part of the Arugua train. Okay. Deserved to die. No. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if I come up with anything that sheds
No,
new
deserve
light.
to die is great. That's a Darwin, right? He sought death alone.
Well, it's translation.
This is great.
Well,
Yeah, he deserves it. The horse was Venezuelan.
What does that even mean?
do they not get along with Peruvians or something?
I don't know. I don't know.
It happened to him because he was a Mongolian. Why are these Peruvians so racist?
Yeah,
I
seriously.
don't know.
Okay, well, there we go. Man run over by horse. So
That's
I like this new
That was
trend we
good.
just did today. We need to find out if this article is posted on X and see the comments live to see what's going on. This
see
is
what
great.
people say. Okay.
well, that was good. Third story of animals. So we're gonna move to the lightning round. As I
Oh,
say,
me either. But Joe, I noticed you're wearing your Cherokee Nation shirt
Yep.
or sweatshirt. I was just wearing that this morning.
I wear
Such a
that
I
every
love it.
Thursday when I go get pallets. I wear that sweater.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways, in this lightning round, we're each going to bring a little headline or a teaser of a headline and add one of the stories to our first three. Josiah, you want to bring us a little teaser?
Yes, I'm going to bring a story of a man who was merely charging his phone in the bathtub.
Oh, okay.
They have to throw that in there.
You'd have to throw anything in there. It's probably a third world country where if you plug your phone in, it will explode all the time.
That's not what happens, but yeah, that's not what happens.
Usually.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine has to do with a man sleeping in his truck holding an AR-15 rifle.
It's a patriot.
Wow.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
Yeah. Where is he? Downtown Chicago? I mean, he's probably just trying to protect himself.
You don't even know what the story's about.
Anywhere-
You're assuming what it's about.
Oh, wow. Okay, maybe he died. How did he?
Hometown USA, wherever it is, this man is sleeping in his own truck with his AR-15, and you dare bring that story. Well, I'm probably going to pick yours.
Yeah.
But I've got a 38-year-old man minding his own business in a scrapyard, sawing through things.
It sounds like Ben. Aren't you 38 and you go through scrap yards?
That's more
I
like
used
your
to
territory,
when I was a
Adam.
degenerate. My wife doesn't let me go around those anymore. I can't just pick things up off the street anymore.
You know, I bet
Okay,
your dad
Adam.
has some things for you to rummage through.
Let's pick. I'm
I'll
choosing the AR-15 story, guys.
Yeah, why not, Adam?
Okay.
I
like it.
swear, we need to pick up the odds on how often we pick Adam's stories.
You did
this
last week. It was good.
But this week, I felt like any of our stories were good for lightning round.
Yeah.
I liked mine. I promise I'll bring it straight to the Patreon. But let's go with yours,
Okay.
Adam.
This is out of Harris County. What state are we bringing this from?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
It's Harris County. It's out of Texas. Texas man.
of course. No,
Now-
what was that? AR-15? Okay, yeah, of course it's Texas. Gosh, all right.
What do you mean? Of course, I probably have
Big
an
guy with a gun.
AR-15. You don't know.
Okay.
It's just a gun. It's just a gun.
I start reading this. According to the Harris County Sheriff Department, the man was sleeping in the backseat of his four-door pickup when another man, possibly armed with pistols, entered the truck and attempted to rob his truck.
Okay, what is this? What are you bringing us? Just
The
a
man-
robbery and the self-defense?
The man who was sleeping in the truck had an AR-15 rifle and shot the man several times. Now, this is how the story starts.
I regret my choice. I regret it.
I regret my choice too. So far, tell us more.
The man in the backseat did not die. Okay, here we go. This is
Okay.
No,
Tell us
this
more.
is a Texas story where a man with pistols comes up to some guy's truck with some guy sleeping in the back with an AR-15. This sounds like the most Texas
I
thing
know
I've
it
ever
is
heard.
a little odd, but the man who robbed the car did not know this man was sleeping in the backseat when he came in to steal the car.
Okay.
Why he's
Does
sleeping in the
that
back
matter?
seat? Yes, it does matter. It does matter. Because
I've slept in my car before.
did somebody try to rob it while you're sleeping in it?
I don't care if they're robbing it when I'm not sleeping in it. If
You
they're
think
robbing
you-
it, I would like to shoot them.
Yeah. Well,
I think
Okay.
Adam's making a point that this makes it dumber somehow. Go ahead, say it.
Okay.
Make your
Yes.
argument.
you would look in the car before jumping in, would you not? Maybe. But anyway, so the guy is getting what he deserves anyways for jumping in the car. What is
Definitely
the odd
karma.
part? What the odd part is, still to this point, is not shown why this man is sleeping with the AR-15 in the back seat. And I'm gonna say because someone keeps breaking into his car.
I'm going to say that he did this on purpose. Yeah, that's
Right?
what I was
Freedom?
thinking too.
Freedom?
Someone keeps breaking into his car.
I mean, does that ring a bell?
The funny part, Ben, Adam, you scroll down to the, so it talks about the pistols. See how it says the guy possibly armed with pistols entered the truck. See how it says possibly armed with pistols? Like, what the heck does that even mean? Like, he possibly
It's
had
an
a gun.
assumption he had.
But,
He
like,
had the correct
pistols?
stuff he should be carrying. Not an AR-15.
He was possibly armed with pistols. Like, so
Adam,
you shot him? I don't get
The
it.
conundrum of this story to you is, why on earth is someone in Texas taking a nap in the back of their truck?
That is a conundrum.
I don't think he's probably like sleeping with it on his chest like a teddy bear. It just might be in the car with him.
I think he was waiting for the intruder. I think he was waiting.
I think he
Could
was. It's
Good for him.
it's kind of weird. We've had stories where like someone tries to rob somebody at gunpoint and they turn around and get hit by a car, something like that. This is kind of in that
Well, I
scenario.
think it's kind of a clear Darwin to me if you try to rob someone and you wind up dying. Like, that's always
yeah,
going to
we've had people break in and get shot. This one was a little more interesting because I don't know why he sleeps with his AR-15 loaded, ready to go in the backseat of his truck.
know-
but
I know
think he was waiting for someone to come, right?
You're using the big scary word AR-15. It's just a rifle. It'll
It's
be
a little
fine.
harder to shoot in a car than a pistol, for sure.
I don't. I think a lot of
It's like a
Texans
rifle in a car. It's harder to
have them in their cars.
What? Of the three of us, I think I'm the only one who's fired an AR-15. Have you guys fired one before?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's not that bad.
They are not small guns. They're not. Adam's right. Like, they're freaking big guns.
It's like an extended barrel on a pistol. To be honest,
No,
no.
no. It's way bigger than that, dude.
It's a rifle.
It's big.
the mechanism is that, and then you have a barrel.
You
Well,
have
that doesn't
people-
matter. It's still the size. It's a big gun. Like,
yeah, it's a big scary.
Ben, I
gun,
know why
but-
you're doing this. You just want those YouTube comments to flow in about
yeah. He's
what a
arguing
gun
about
is.
guns.
I don't own any guns, so
But you're an authority on them, apparently.
It's technically a pistol with a silencer on it.
He's like the people on MSNBC. He like doesn't know crap about guns, but starts saying all
I
kinds
know.
of
I
things.
think I know more about guns than you. Well, not. Joe,
I
but
have
probably-
one. I own one.
I
Right.
probably know more than
oh,
Adam.
probably.
But I just I don't care if you have a gun or not.
I didn't
think
say it
you
was
probably should.
semi-automatic or anything. I just
It's fully automatic.
We're gonna get some good replies on our
Let's
YouTube channel.
what do we do next?
A recap.
Time for a
We'll
recap.
Recap.
Story number 1 is about an animal that killed a guy. Story number 2 is about an animal that killed a guy. Story number 3.
good job, Joe. I'm voting for the animal killer guy.
Story number 1 is a man who jumped in a zoo lion's cage to take a selfie with a lion.
Dang.
Story,
I thought that was gonna be the story,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked both of yours, so I want to.
story number 2 was a gila monster who killed its owner, who didn't go to the hospital for 4 days, apparently, after the bite. Story number 3 was the man who stood in front of a horse, probably because he had money on the other horse. You know, in front of a horse
He's like, I
race.
gotta stop this guy so I can win.
And story number 4 was a man who was waiting to murder someone. Okay, here we go. Just
No,
kidding. Who is a man who caught a robber in the act and killed him, who possibly had pistols. right.
Pew pew.
Multiple guns.
Not guns. Like really pistols. Who says that?
He was caught.
You will be shot.
Are you? That's right.
Okay, let's vote. Ben,
Ben.
you get to vote first.
I'm voting Lion Story. I think they're all three great stories, and
Tell us why,
I'm voting
Ben.
for mine.
Why? Because
Oh,
it's
I
yours?
like-
Selfie
Yes.
lion.
Yes.
That's not a reason.
No, I think they are all equally stupid. Besides the Texas story, Adam, you shouldn't have brought that. That's dumb. I really like the Gila monster story. I really like the guy jumping out in front of a horse. There's many people doing it. He was just the one that got killed doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But why the lion story then, Ben?
Because I brought
That's
it and
dumb.
I
That's-
found it, and it's also a Darwin Award. You
That's
go
stupid.
inside a zoo. to
He's
take
making
a selfie
me not
with-
want to vote for that, Adam. You can't just
Don't vote for
restate
it.
the story and say that's
don't-
why.
Joe, you do your own
Okay.
opinion. So don't
All
worry
right,
about Ben.
Joe. How often do you know another human being that jumps inside of a lion's cage to take a selfie with a lion?
Joe, we all have a right to vote. How we
We
wish
know
to vote.
people who collect exotic animals in Colorado, so maybe that's why.
All right.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
horse race.
We all know.
We've harped this too
They're
much.
all-
Ben voted for himself. It's great. We got it.
No, I voted for the best freaking.
Yes,
That's
no,
what
that
you
is a
should have
good
said.
story. I agree. It's a good story.
Joe asked me.
I was gonna go
expound.
lion, but Joe's video was hilarious, and I just thought it was the funniest thing I saw. So
Ooh.
I have to take the horse one. It's just a guy taking a charge. I loved it.
Ben, should I vote for my own?
If that horse was LeBron, the guy would have gotten a personal foul, not a charge.
You're right, man. I'm voting for the lion. I think that's the most worthy. The clincher for me is this selfie. The fact that it was for a selfie. If he was like trying to steal the lion or something, that's a different story. But freaking selfie made it stupider. So I'm voting for selfie.
Midday. I really like that it was during business hours.
2 in the afternoon. Well, congratulations, Indian man. You've been mauled again, killed, and the winner of
I
this
don't ever
award.
want to visit India or Australia, just based on the stories we've been sharing.
I'd like to try the street food in India. It seems really sanitary.
That does. Oh, well. Okay, speaking of that, guys, I'm bringing this crazy story to the Patreon about a man who's tempting a challenge, and he's trying to eat raw chicken for 100 days straight. That's his challenge.
What?
Yes.
Is this the Liver King guy who found out to be fake?
This is real.
Can you do that?
You'll die.
He says he's going to go until his tummy hurts. So here we go. That's what's...
No,
He's gonna
you
be
don't.
dead.
You don't
Salmonella.
do that challenge and say, "I'm going to go until my tum hurts."
Where is he getting his chicken from? Is it his own chicken?
We'll get there. Okay, we'll get
All
there.
right, fine.
I'm going to bring a story of a Florida man, who doctors pulled 150 parasites from his nose, live parasites out of his nose. Some as big as your pinky finger.
Are we trying to entice people to listen to us? What are you doing? That sounds horrible.
Oh my gosh, this is a horrible story.
Well, I'm going to bring my scrapyard story. I have several stories, not several, I have a few stories that I thought were new, but they're not, which is, I'm glad I researched. One out of St. George, actually, in Utah.
That's where we're going soon. This is also the criminal I brought here. If you can see a picture of this dude.
That guy is like on the verge of being a model, but his life went wrong.
He just
Look
took
at
the
his
wrong path.
mustache. It's hilarious. Like, goes way out there. It's like kind of twisted at the ends.
He could have had the hair of a model,
He
the
could be
mustache
Johnny Depp
of an
at one
actor.
point. I don't know. Well,
Just his life went wrong.
for those who can't see this, I'm sharing the screen of this kind of creepy looking dude, and it says, "Man arrested after eating noodles and drinking hot chocolate during alleged break-in." No,
Wow.
it's actually
The most
he does
polite
way more
break-in.
things though than that. They just did those. It's hilarious. The things he did are just odd.
I can't wait to hear about this.
Yeah, that sounds funny, actually.
All right. We'll see you there, ladies and gentlemen. I just found a video for these parasites in the nose.
Oh, no.
Gross.
Well, it's for nobody.
Viewer
We don't need
discretion is
to see it.
advised.
We don't need to see it, Joe.
Yeah,
This is for nobody.
Nope. Don't share that. Stop it. Stop it.